What is going on, guys? Salty is back with another build video, and in today's build video I'm bringing you another Strand Titan build. This one's focused more on suspending though. I put this build together the other night and honestly it's a lot of fun. I feel like it needs a little bit of tuning and it's a little rough around the edges. That being said, it's still a very fun build to run as it is right now. So jumping right into the abilities, we're starting off with Towering Barricade, Strafe Lift, Frenzy Blade, and Shackle Grenade. Moving on into our aspects, we're going with Into the Fray. So destroying a tangle or casting your super grants Woven Mail for nearby allies. And while we have Woven Mail, our melee regeneration rate is increased. Then we're moving on to Dringer's Lash. So we activate our class ability to create a ripple in reality that travels forward along the ground, suspending and damaging targets it hits. Moving on to the fragments, we're starting off with Thread of Mind. So defeating suspended targets is going to grant us class ability energy. And then we're going on with Thread of Generation. So dealing damage generates us grenade energy. Then we're going to Thread of Continuity. So our suspend, unravel, and sever effects that are applied to targets are going to have a longer lasting duration. And then we're finishing things off with Thread of Warding. So picking up an orb of power is going to grant us Woven Mail. For the exotic, we're going to be running the Ambient Leap leg armor. I may have just bugged that name or botched that name a little bit, but anyway, Viv legs, Ambient Leap, leg armor. The exotic perk for that is called Puppeteer's Control. So Dringer's Lash spawns 2 additional projectiles. It tracks targets more aggressively and it travels farther. So we also gain Woven Mail when we suspend targets while wearing those legs. And the notable exotic weapons that work really well with this build are the Quicksilver Storm, the Wishkeeper, and the Final Warning. There are plenty of other Strand primaries you can run for this build that are legendary, but the 3 exotics, I would definitely run one of those, because Quicksilver definitely does this build justice, and I'm telling you right now, Wishkeeper really does it justice if you want to constantly have Woven Mail up. So moving on to the armor mods, we are starting off with our Heavy Ammo Finder and Scout, as well as a Strand or Harmonic Siphon on our helmet, so we can make orbs and heavy ammo for ourselves and our fire team. Onto the arms, we're running a Heavy-Handed so that our Frenzy Blade will spawn orbs of power when we get kills with it. Then we're running onto Focusing Strike so we gain class ability energy for power melee kills. And you know we're going with that fastball for the Shackle Chuck. Moving on to the chest, you can run whatever you want here. I always run resist mods, but you can run whatever you want. For the legs, always make sure on your legs you have surges that are going to match your heavy slot weapon. So with this build, I always run a Strand Heavy, so I have Strand Surges on, but just swap those surges around accordingly to whatever your heavy is. And for the class item, we usually go with Font of Restoration and Time Dilation. I don't run that with this build, so I run Utility Kickstart, so our armor charges will give us class ability energy when it's fully expended. And then I run Time Dilation, so our armor charges are going to last a little bit longer. So as soon as we use our barricade, if we have 3 armor charges, it's immediately going to give us ability energy for our barricade per armor charge that we have. And that's why I run that instead of Font of Restoration. Font of Restoration is really not needed here. I mean, you have Woven Mail so many always with this build that you really don't need Font of Restoration. So how this build works in a nutshell is you throw your Shackle Grenade, suspend targets, kill those targets, you cast your barricade, it shoots out the Dringer's Lash, it suspends targets, you kill those targets. I would do the barricade first before you throw the Shackle Grenade, because once you cast your barricade, it's going to be gone completely. And then once you kill those suspended targets, you're going to get class ability energy. Then you can throw your Shackle Grenade, kill those suspended targets, and get class ability energy. And if it's still not back by then, whatever orbs that you have, you can just pick those orbs up, get those armor charges, and the Utility Kickstart will finish it off. So you should always have your barricade up, pretty much at all times. This build is a lot of fun to use. It's very, very cut and dry, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, I put it together the other night. It needs some fine-tuning. I feel like it could be fine-tuned a little bit more, and I'm not done with this build yet. I'm going to keep playing it. I'm going to keep seeing what I can add to it, what I can improve on it. So there's probably going to be an updated version of this later on in the month. But that being said, the build for what it is right now is still a very good build. It's a powerful build, because you constantly have Woven Mail, you constantly give Woven Mail to your teammates, you're constantly spawning heavy, you're constantly spawning orbs, you're constantly suspending targets. I mean, it's a really great build. It's kind of the best of both worlds when it comes to ad control. and area denial, as well as being aggressive. Because you could be aggressive with this build and deny areas for the ads all at the same time. And it's like the best of both worlds when it comes to like the Berserker Titan, where you're just running around killing everything with Frenzy Blade, and like the Suspend Warlock, when you're just spraying a gun and suspending everything when you consume your Shackle Grenade. I mean, it really is the best of both worlds when it comes to that. So give this build a try. If there's anything that you feel like needs to be changed on it, let me know, or change it yourself. There will be a dim link down below in the description, like always. That being said, this is I don't really know what to call this build. I'm just going to call it Beast Mode, because it's so much fun to use. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the videos, and I will see you on the next one.